Greetings everyone, Shiv here. Alright, so we've got more cards to go over here. My god, they're just like churning these out like 3 every couple days, man. It's actually quite nice. Alright, so without further ado, let's get to it. The Flame Lance. Alright, this is a mage spell. It's 5 mana. Deal 8 damage to a minion. What? Alright, now I don't want to say this card is bad. I don't. I really don't. Because, again, we don't know everything that's in the set. There might come a point where this card will be really useful, depending on what else is in the set, and in future sets. And let's not forget adventure modes stuff as well. So, I mean, there is some value here. Competitively, though, like ladder-wise, would I ever take this? The only argument I can make here is, hey, it deals with big-ass minions or medium-sized minions. You know, stuff that, in general, Big Game Hunter can't. Most notable of this would be Kel'Thuzad fucking Zod. I know it's freaking, but, you know, this is me, so I say fucking every other thing I do, so why not? Alright, so, yeah, there's that. Now, I'm going to come back to this card in a little bit as we go over another card too, but on paper it's not overly good. In Arena I can see some value here because it's a common card, and as you know, in Arena a lot of times people take the War Golem, they take the big body stuff, and as a mage this is actually really cool. They take Force Tank Max. Congratulations, you can now hero power and then do this and kill it. So that's actually kind of cool. Arena, this has some interesting value for dealing with that top-end stuff. Mind you, you could also use Polymorph as well. And that's where I always keep coming back to, you know, to kill a big-ass minion, isn't there already Polymorph? Well, okay, so now you have 2 Polymorphs, and now you can have 2 Flame Lances. So you can take care of a whole wide variety of big-ass shit, right? Right? Short of, like, certain types of Druid and Control Warrior, the likelihood you're going to see this amount of big-ass fucking minions to where it's viable to run 2 of this is... Handlock, yeah, sure. Alright. This kills giants. For 5 mana. The only time that's relevant is, like, turn 4 when, you know, a mountain giant can come out, so you have the immediate answer of the Flame Lance. Right? But again, you also have Polymorph. I don't know. This is kind of interesting. I think this is going to be like a meta tech, to be perfectly honest with you. But we'll see. We have to actually wait to see the rest of what's coming out in the Grand Tournament, because in all honesty, we're not really seeing that much big body shit to justify this yet. There might be a justification. But like I said, we will be coming back to this card. Alright. Next up, we have a Druid card. 2 mana for a 2/3, the Darnassus Aspirant. Battlecry, gain an empty mana crystal. Holy shit. 2 mana for a 2/3, and I get a fucking mana crystal. Alright, what's the death rattle? Destroy a mana crystal. So it's a temporary little ramp. Literally. Okay? So, here's my logic on this. Against most classes, excluding Mage and Warrior, I coined this out turn 1. Okay. I now have 3 mana on my turn 2. That means I can play whatever the hell I want, which most likely is going to be a wild growth anyway. So now I'm at 5 come 3. But the moment this dies, I lose one of those. So, I mean, this could actually lead to some really interesting new deck designs. Alright? I want you to think about that. Maybe a different type of Druid, a more, like, mid-rangey, but yet board control oriented, versus the whole fast Druid with the burst on the back end. Or the ramp taunt version. This is like a micro ramp, in all honesty. And you get a body out of it. Now, I would like to point out, after after the battle cry comes, you can silence this shit. No problem. Thus, you don't lose the ramp. Alright? So, will this ever take the place of Wild Growth? Fuck no. Wild Growth doesn't need anything else to fucking enable that shit to make it valid. This, unfortunately, does. Alright? Though, there was a time where people kept messing around with, you know, Ancient Watcher and Wailing Soul, and I kind of feel like this could work with that as well. But, I mean, that's a little bit of a convoluted setup, but hey, sure, why not? Alright? But it's not a bad card. This could actually lead to some really cool shit. And I'm kind of excited to see what some of the architects are going to be coming up with. Alright, and the last one. The Wraith Guard. 2 mana for a 4/3. What the fuck? You know, this is not uncommon. Remember that one card that nobody plays known as the Succubus? Alright, so Wraith Guard. 2 mana, 4/3. Whenever this minion takes damage, also deal that damage to your hero. Okay, so ideally you want to coin this out turn 1, right? Then on your turn 2, you want to play Power Overwhelming on this shit and go fucking full 8 damage right there and get it the fuck off the board. And here is why. Alright? If this comes out mid-game, late game, there are so many bad scenarios that come up here. Let's go through the list here. Hi, I'm a warrior. Congratulations, you just took 20 damage to the face from a shield slam. Have a nice fucking day. Hi, I'm a mage. This fucking... Let's go to it. Hold up. Flame Lance, you just took 8 to the face and you lost the goddamn minion. Yeah. A lot of possibilities where that gets bad. I mean, just early-wise, though, it is kind of better than a Zombie Chow. But here's the difference. Zombie Chow giving life back to your opponent, if you haven't done any face damage to him, it's absolutely stupid. You're just tempoing out the board. This, on the other hand, you're not going to tempo shit with it because you're going to fucking eat it. That's like giving a Warlock a weapon and say, here, control the board. Ask a warrior how painful that is and why they desperately need armor. So this definitely comes with a pretty steep fucking drawback. Alright? Oh, and by the way, hi, I'm a paladin. Meet my holy wrath to a fucking molten giant. Eat 20 damage. Okay, that one is definitely Magical Fairy Christmas Land, but we all know the deck here, you know, that whole Kriparian shit. Yeah. That's going to be one of those cringe-worthy things that's going to end up on a Trollden video when somebody tries to use this in the mid-game. Now, here's the other little fun thing. It is 2 mana, which means it can come off a piloted shredder. Alright? Comes off piloted shredder. So now there's another big, badass motherfucker you can get off piloted shredder. The only difference is the Succubus, which is inherently much better to get off the shredder than this bastard, doesn't have the drawback that this one does. Millhouse is by far the best one. It pretty much goes Millhouse, Succubus, and I don't even want to say this one because in all honesty, that is such a drawback. That could backfire so easily, so many times. Especially if this comes off a damn piloted shredder. If this comes off a piloted shredder, you're talking about it comes out 4, kills shredder. Oh, look at that. Here we are on 5. Definite. I mean, it dies to Frostbolt. It dies to so many things. Now, imagine if your Frostbolt could still do damage after it hit a target. There you go. I don't know. There are some advantages in this card. I can see that. Maybe Handlock to accelerate getting out their giants. Sure, why not? But then I think at that kind of Handlock, you're going to really need to pack both anti-Killbots and double Earthen Ring Fire Seers and probably 2 Siphon Souls just to kind of stave off, and an Alex Straza. I mean, this could be bad in so many ways. I like it for like a turn 1 play followed up by some sort of big ass kill, which, you know, Power Overwhelming does. Power Overwhelming in this, really great. 8 damage, turn 2, and it dies, so I don't have to worry about shit. Alright? You do 8 damage to somebody on turn 2, they're going to fucking pay attention. They're going to play very, very, very conservatively. Alright? So you'll have them constantly on the back foot. That's what I like about this card. Other than that, I don't know. It might end up in Zoo, but... God damn. This is just so bad. So bad. You know, you pop this down, and I'm a warrior. I have coin. I'm going to do probably a shield block, shield slam on this. It'll kill it, and you'll take 5 damage. I mean, how... That sucks, you know? That really sucks. That's almost as bad as, you know, playing a Flame Imp and having it getting Frost Trapped going back to your hand, because if you play it again, you're going to take another 3 damage, which means that 1/3/2 just cost you 6 of your life. Nobody wants to lose 20%. Alright, so, I don't know. I have to wait and see how this is going to do, but right now I'm not overly fond of the card. But hey, you know what? I've been not fond of a lot of cards that ended up doing very, very well. So this is one of those wait and see things. I would also like to point out that this is a demon. Alright? This is a demon. So all of those really cool spells and stuff, like Demon Fuse works with this shit. Just saying. Which, you know, if you can pull this shit off, my hat's off to you. Get this out turn 2. It survives. Right? Go Demon Fuse, Power Overwhelming. Right? That's an 11 damage hit on turn 3. Yeah. And there will be no retaliation because it dies at the end of your turn. Another really cool thing you can do with this, if you can protect this behind some taunts and shit, alright, cool. Same thing with the Power Overwhelming, throw it in there. And, of course, use Mr. Void Terror. Suck this bastard up so no damage, thus you don't take any damage. And you get an inflated Void Terror, which unfortunately will probably end up dying to Mr. Big Game Hunter, as per every fucking scenario. But hey, that's just the dice you roll. So it's interesting. I'm going to say that, and there's probably going to be a lot of combinations with it, but it's just that downside. Holy shit! It's weird because if you think about it, Blizzard started off with demons with some pretty steep downsides. You know, you look at Succubus, you look at Pit Lord, things of that nature. Right? Then they gave us a cycle where we got demons that were kind of useful without so much of a drawback. Imp Gang Boss being one of them. And now we're going back to the your demons are going to fuck you in the ass scenario. So, I don't know. We shall see. Anyway, so that's all the cards we're going to be reviewing today. Hey, if you like these videos, please like, subscribe, tell your friends, pass it on to your grandmother. Leave comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think some of these cards are good? Do you agree with my assessments? What kind of combinations are you looking at with this new stuff that we're seeing today? And as always, I will be reading the comments and interacting with them here and there. But till next time, this is Shiv saying, stay safe, have fun, and may RNGesus bless you. Later.